In the shows of ancient Greece, where gods walked among mortals and heroes carved their names in blood and stone, there lived a woman whose name would become a symbol of terror, Medusa. But behind the fangs, behind the petrifying stare, lies a tragedy. A tale not of evil, but of betrayal, pain, and transformation. This is not just the story of a monster. This is the story of Medusa, the cursed, the feared, and perhaps the wronged. Long before she became a figure of nightmares, Medusa was a mortal woman, a priestess in the temple of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. She was renowned for her beauty. Her hair shimmered like the sea at sunrise. Her eyes were deep and bright, and her face, so lovely, even the gods took notice. But Medusa had taken a sacred vow, to serve Athena with purity and devotion, never to lie with any man, mortal or divine. And yet, as often happens in Greek myth, the will of the gods is not always just. One day, the sea god Poseidon, lord of oceans and storms, saw Medusa in Athena's temple, and desired her. In some versions of the myth, he seduces her. In others, he assaults her. But what is clear is this: within the sacred space of Athena's temple, Medusa is defiled. And what does Athena do? She does not punish Poseidon. She punishes Medusa. In a rage, Athena transforms Medusa into a Gorgon, a creature so hideous that anyone who looks into her eyes turns to stone. Her flowing hair is replaced with venomous snakes. Her beauty is turned into horror. Her humanity stripped away. Cast out from the world of mortals, Medusa flees to a remote island, far from civilization. There, she lives alone, feared, hunted, and cursed. Each visitor becomes her enemy. Each glance becomes a death sentence. Even though she never asked for any of this. Medusa is not alone in her curse. She has two sisters, Stheno and Euryale, both immortal and monstrous. But Medusa is different. She is mortal. This fact will one day prove fatal. But even as a monster, she remains powerful. She becomes a symbol of fear, her name whispered by warriors and sailors. Her island, a place none return from. Yet beneath the serpents and fangs, is still the soul of a woman, twisted by divine punishment. Far away, in another tale, a hero is born, Perseus, the son of Zeus and a mortal woman. He is tasked with an impossible quest, to bring back the head of Medusa. Why? Because King Polydectes, desiring Perseus' mother, wants to rid himself of the boy. He sends him to die. But Perseus is clever. He seeks help from the gods. From Hermes, he receives winged sandals. From Hades, a helmet of invisibility. From Athena herself, ironically, he receives a polished shield, a reflective mirror. And with these gifts, he sets out to face the Gorgon. Perseus reaches Medusa's island in the dead of night. Medusa sleeps, perhaps dreaming of a time when she was still a woman. Carefully, silently, Perseus approaches, using the mirror-like shield to avoid looking directly at her. He raises his sword, and in one swift motion, he cuts off her head. From her blood, two beings are born: Pegasus, the winged horse, and Chryse, a golden giant. Even in death, Medusa creates beauty and power. Perseus places her head in a sack, still capable of turning anything it sees to stone, and flees. Perseus uses Medusa's head many times. To defeat monsters. To petrify enemies. To protect his loved ones. Eventually, he gives the head to Athena, who places it upon her aegis, a shield that would become her symbol of divine wrath. So the face of the cursed woman, punished for her violation, becomes the very emblem of the goddess who once damned her. But the story does not end in the myth. Over centuries, Medusa has been reinterpreted in countless ways. As a monster, yes, but also as a victim. As a symbol of female rage, of violated innocence, of divine injustice. As the embodiment of power reclaimed through pain. Artists painted her with terror. Poets saw her as a tragic muse. Feminist scholars saw her as a mirror of society's fear of feminine strength. Some even say Medusa was never evil. She only turned to stone those who tried to harm her. Was she a monster? A victim? A symbol? A woman broken by gods and weaponized by men? Perhaps all of these. Perhaps more. But one thing is certain, Medusa's story still stares back at us. Through myth, through marble, through metaphor. And when we look into her eyes, not directly, but through the mirror of history, we don't see a beast. We see a warning. We see a woman the world tried to destroy, who still, somehow, turned her gaze upon it. This was the story of Medusa, Greek mythology explained. A Lunora tale, where myths breathe and legends live forever.